Learning about the inner growth in ourselves is the most important part of our life. Hey, I am Nivea, and today I'm going to give you the summary of the book Diana, Her True Story by Andrew Morton. Back in 1991, Diana recorded a few audio tapes discussing about her own life and then shared it with her close friend, Dr. James. And it's Dr. James who delivered these tapes to the author of this book, Andrew Morton. And hence we can consider this book to be highly authentic because the book has words from Diana herself or otherwise her close ones. This book was published in 1992, while the tragic moment of her death happened in 1997. So which means Diana's childhood to the separation from Prince Charles is mentioned in this book. So only 5 to 6 years of her life is missing in this book. Now let's dig in further into this book. In the beginning of the book itself, it's mentioned that behind the public smiles of Diana, she had a very lonely and unhappy, loveless marriage. Also, she was considered as an outsider by the royal family. In fact, she was frequently at odds with the objectives of the royal system, and hence it can be stated that she was a prisoner of the royal system. Let's start with Diana's childhood. While Diana was just 6 years old, her parents separated. Her mother left their home, and that's the first time she felt that painful feeling of rejection in her life. Her sisters Sarah and Jane were away at school, and hence they were not affected by the separation. Similarly, her younger brother, was too young to understand the scenario. But Diana was scarred by this incident. She did not want a new nanny at her home because she was too scared if it's going to be a replacement of her mother, and hence she used to lock them inside a bathroom or otherwise throw their clothes outside the home so that they just leave her home. Thankfully, Peter, her stepfather, that is her mother's new husband, was a very generous person, and hence they could build a good rapport between them. Later, like any other normal girl, Diana used to enjoy her company with her girlfriends. Like, she used to love playing pranks and being around her girlfriends. Later, her own father got a massive cerebral hemorrhage, and while he was fighting back to his health, Diana got a job as a ballet teacher. But then she fell down, tearing all the tendons in the left ankle, and hence she had to discontinue the job. Her sister Sarah was in a romance with Prince Charles, but as things cooled off later, Diana, along with her sister, was invited to Prince Charles' birthday party, and that was an official meeting between Diana and Prince Charles. As the romance started getting momentum between the two, Diana started getting doubts between Camilla and Prince Charles, their relationship, because it seemed that Camilla knew all the private conversations that Prince Charles and Diana herself had. But then Prince Charles always asked her to ignore it, stating it's just friendship. After their marriage, the same night, Diana found a letter written by Camilla on the bed, and that formed her doubt. Unlike before her marriage, she realized that she's no longer being treated as a person. Rather, she's being treated as a title or a position, even by her own intimate people. And that was quite unsettling for her. She thought that having a child will help her have a better marriage life and settle things between her and her husband. But while she was pregnant, she realized that her husband was visiting and seeing Camilla and also was having late night calls, and hence things just got worse. She had BPD, that is borderline personality disorder, depression, bulimia, potentially life-threatening eating disorder. And her husband used to humiliate her multiple times. Like, for instance, because she had bulimia, she had to eat a lot of times in the same day. While she was having meals one time, her husband commented, is that going to reappear again? What a waste. Similarly, once she fainted in public because of, again, bulimia itself, while her husband stated that if you wanted to faint, you should have done it in private and not in public. She started seeing counselors, and in the book it's mentioned that she once said to her counselor that she tried to suicide and hurt herself around 4 to 5 times. Not that she did not want to live, but because she wanted to call out for help. She wanted help. Later, after a few years of therapies and counseling, and also because of her friendship with a few good people, she was able to come back to her own personality, which was earlier smothered by her husband or the royal system. She was not sure whether she wanted a divorce or not. One, because she did not want to lose her children. And two, because of the position she had, she was able to help a lot of homeless people and people who suffered from AIDS and leprosy. But if she loses that position, she was not sure to what extent she would be able to help all these people. But at the same time, she was sure that she will not achieve personal happiness if she did not separate from Prince Charles. So this is the journey of Diana, Princess of Wales, mentioned in this book in detail. And there are a lot of beautiful pictures of Diana in this book, as you can see. And I would say this is a one-time good read. Until we meet next time, this is Nivea signing off. Take care and keep reading a lot of books. Bye.